Hey guys, it's Carl. We have an expensive one on deck today. You can see we have the brand new Mac Studio and Studio display. And this is coming all from Apple's spring event. I believe it was called Peak Performance. We had the iPad Air unboxing. I'll leave that linked up this way. You can actually see the box over my shoulder. But this is a pricey one. So this is actually technically a brand new product from Apple. This is their new, I guess, desktop. It kind of looks like two little Mac Minis stacked on top of each other, but this is a powerhouse machine, and this is their new display that is coming under the Pro Display XDR, which is technically still their flagship, and that is actually living, oh, if I can lift this box, just behind me this way. So this is a pretty big thing. I'm thinking we should take a look at maybe the computer first. I think that makes a lot of sense. So we will quickly take this out. I actually have to stand up. Oh. We'll move these accessories off to the side. We'll maybe get to those at the end of this video, but this is all around Mac Studio. So if we quickly take a look, I'm just gonna open this at the back here. You can see the design of it. It's pretty minimal, pretty simple. It comes in just the one color option, silver. And you can see on the back all of the different I/O ports. So you have USB-C, you've got one Thunderbolt 4 port. You actually have an Ethernet port, of course, for power. 2 USB-A, which I'm always a fan of, HDMI, headphone jack, and the on button. You can see all of the venting. I think they talked about on the keynote how a large portion of this computer has a ton of air circulation, air cooling to help keep everything nice and cold. And on the front, 2 USB-C and an SD card slot, which I think creators will love. And they're kind of marketing this as a modular PC or modular computer because you can take this from your desk. You can technically put it in your bag because it is quite small, but we'll actually see how that is. And on the bottom is the only way which you can actually tell which spec you end up getting. So this is actually the first computer that comes with Apple's brand new chip, the M1 Ultra, and that's essentially 2 M1 Max chips fused together. It's a pricey piece of kit. So this one particularly $6,200 American or $7,750 Canadian. And that doesn't come with the display. That doesn't come with any accessories. It's almost the top level spec. It just comes in with 2 terabytes of SSD. The M1 Ultra, 20 core CPU, 64 core GPU, and 128 gigs of RAM, which is honestly way overkill for anything that I'm producing here, but you can spec it with this. The base model, which I honestly still recommend, it does come with the M1 Max chip, and that's what I actually have on my 16-inch MacBook Pro. More than enough for 95% of you out there. That starts at $2,000. Honestly, I can't wait to test out both, but this is one of the beastliest computers that Apple currently offers. Enough of me blabbing. Up top, we thankfully still have, I think, some stickers, and it's a black sticker. You only get one this time. I remember that the Pro Display come with 2 black stickers, but I guess their Pro color is black, so props to Apple, including a sticker in a $7,000 computer. And here is the computer. We'll put that off to the side quickly. We get a black AC power cable, and that is it. That's all you get inside. And you can kind of see there, Mac Studio, and that is a chunky Mac Mini, and you can kind of see as a little size reference. So this is my older Intel-based Mac Mini, which now is almost a bit of a paperweight as I never use it. It is the exact same dimensions, I guess, form factor-wise, and obviously the width of the Mac Studio is what makes it so chunky. So if you have a Mac Mini, you know that this will be the same form factor, you know that it can fit on your desk, and all you need is that extra real estate vertically to house your Mac Studio. So that's kind of interesting. Obviously the colorway, like I mentioned, you can only get it in silver, and you have all of those I/O ports, which I mentioned in the initial unboxing on the back. It's an Apple product, guys. It is made out of one piece, out of aluminum. It feels like a heavy piece, a very expensive piece or block of aluminum, and it looks dope. And remember, just like over on the Mac Mini, this didn't come with any extra accessories. So if you buy this, you still need to connect an external keyboard, a mouse. If you just get this out of the box, if you get this shipped to you first and you're super stoked to use it and you don't have anything else, This is also a $6,000 paperweight. So you do need some extra accessories. So they did come with a new Magic Mouse, new trackpad, new keyboard with Touch ID. And all that is different in these is they just have black on them. And of course, Touch ID. Movie magic. All of the accessories, and you can kind of see the new black colorway and of course Touch ID on the Magic keyboard. And that's obviously a personal preference. I still am a fan of the all silver, especially with my silver MacBook Pro and the Pro Display XDR, both which are silver. I think the black kind of looks good, but there's just something a bit classy about silver. I think space gray was popular maybe what, 5-6 years ago. And for example, the Magic Mouse. How this thing still exists is completely beyond me. You still need to charge it at the bottom, which whatever lead designer is responsible for that, that's cool. I wouldn't get this. I probably wouldn't get any of these accessories, maybe the trackpad. So pricing wise, just as reference, $199 for the keyboard, $150 for the trackpad, an extra $100 for the mouse. And if you're really ridiculous, when you're checking out on the Apple site, you can see all of the accessories here. You can grab it with your Mac Studio. They offer you at the end, if you want, a 1.8 meter Thunderbolt 4 Pro cable for $129. I can't think of anything more Apple, maybe other than the cleaning cloth for $25, but you can see all of these accessories you need to grab extra. It's expensive. And then on top of that, we got to get to the monitor. Oh, okay. And coming over, this is the studio display. I'll quickly, just almost knocked over that computer. On the back, you can see that it's in the silver colorway. So similar to the Pro Display XDR, it just doesn't have the cheese grater design on the back. And you can see that it's got a 27-inch form factor, 5K. We will quickly take that off. We're okay. These pull tabs go this way, and this kind of just slides open, and up comes the display, which I will put off to this side. We have inside of here, designed by California in Apple. You get 2 black Apple stickers, and they're actually smaller than the ones in the Mac Studio. So that's kind of interesting. Little Easter egg, you get a $25 Apple cleaning cloth inside. That's almost like a freebie. We got the cloth. I'm gonna sell this on like StockX or something. 100%. Or on eBay. And a Thunderbolt 4/USB-C cable. Okay, that's kind of dope. And I believe that is it in this box. So I'm gonna quickly pull these back. And this kind of actually reminds me of the HomePod Mini, where the power cable doesn't come out of the machine. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't want to yank on this too hard, because I want to take the rest of this off. So we will quickly pull this off. And we naturally have an extra layer to peel off. So you can see studio display. This is my favorite part. Oh my goodness. And that looks really clean. And you can kind of already see, maybe not on camera, there are 2 different finish options on this. This reminds me of the 27-inch iMacs that used to come with the nano texture glass. So this is super useful if you have a ton of natural light coming in. You don't want any of the glare reflections. And there's a couple different spec options that you can get this monitor in. So US pricing starts at $1,600 or $2,000 Canadian. And then if you get the nano texture glass, that's an extra $300 US or an extra $400 Canadian. And then on top of that, you have some choices for the stand. And this is what slightly confuses me. So you can get this base option with this stand that gives you tilt, and that's it. But it doesn't give you any options for risers like the Pro Display XDR, which has that extra little piece. If you want to get that as an add-on, it's an extra $500 Canadian or $400 US, which is ridiculous. For a little piece of aluminum, just to rise it, you can always stick this on a piece of wood, or if you just want to be super OG, get some stacks of paper, stick them on there, and you can save yourself $400 or $500. There's also a Visa mount connection as well. So let's get this quickly set up to the Mac Studio. Button on the back, and we'll power this on. And you can see that Apple clearly designed the display to have the Mac Studio under it. I would say you get around 1.5 fingers space. And of course, since this monitor can't tilt / it can't go vertically, it doesn't have that option, it's kind of stuck in this one position. So if you do have a riser, you'll have more than enough space for your Mac Studio, and you can even put stuff on top of that. So let's get this powered on. I believe there's that cable. A couple little clicks, and unfortunately have to use some of these subpar accessories. The first thing I would do is probably swap out the mouse. I can get by with the keyboard, even the trackpad I'm a fan of, but I've never been a fan of the Magic Mouse personally. But you can see everything is up and running. So 27-inch form factor. The display, it looks dope. So it actually reminds me of the Mac or the iMac displays in terms of the back. It doesn't have that cheese grater look. It's just clean, it's minimal. You have the venting, of course, up top. And interestingly enough, we have an A13 Bionic chip inside of this display. I'm sure someone might find a hack that this can mine some crypto or something strange to have this run on its own, but kind of cool. And on the back, the Mac Studio, I can already feel the venting going off. Obviously, you guys cannot feel that fan cooling, but I can feel all of that coming through all of the grills on the back. So obviously, this was a very quick setup and unboxing, but as I test this more, I will try to use this computer to the Max, or I guess to the Ultra. I can guarantee you I will not be able to scratch the surface, as my 16-inch MacBook Pro is more than enough for me. I recommended my spec, the base level with the M1 Max should be enough for most of you. Is this computer, or is the M1 Ultra for you? I think if you're in a high-end video production company and someone is buying this for you, yeah, it makes sense. I don't think I would personally justify spending close to 10,000 bucks, but I've done stupider things with my money. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this very first look. For testing, let me know what you want to throw at it. Let me know what you want to see in the display. If you want to see that compared to the Pro Display XDR, if you want to see any initial benchmarks, I'll actually do a quick little movie magic and have Geekbench 5 just for you spec heads out there. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, this is a brand new Mac product, so super dope to check out. I will catch the rest of you in one of my next vids. Peace.